Anger is an interesting thing. It's like a monster if you really think about it. And the monster, when it comes out of you uncontrolled, is the nature of anger. What that nature of anger wants to do is it wants to consume anything good in your life, because that's what monsters do. They feed. And they feed on anything healthy in your life. But that's the nature of anger. The purpose of anger actually takes that monster and it tames it to where it becomes tools and makes you more resilient. So how do you tame the monster? Well, the first thing you need to do is when your life changes in a way you didn't want it to change, you have to recognize it. You have to understand that there is now something growing inside of me, this anger. And when you identify that it's inside of you, that this is a process that can or is creating anger, you get to see it. When you see it, you get to control it. But if you're just going to ignore it, if you're going to have something happen in your life and pretend you're not having an emotional response, you're not controlling anything. It's controlling you. I measure my anger response by hitting these two key factors. The first factor is you have to intentionally want it to hurt me. Because if you didn't mean to hurt me, and you did something that did hurt me, but you didn't mean to, it doesn't give me the right to intentionally hurt you because of anger coming out of me. That's not a fair balance. Even if it hurt my life in a big way, there are other emotions that I can choose to use, and other processes I can choose to use in order to protect myself and rebuild myself from what happened, even if it was a major thing. The second thing is you had to have hurt me in a way that was meaningful, a way that actually is lasting pain I will remember in 6 months' time. See, if you do something and you didn't mean to do it and that actually no effect in my life, what right do I have to purposely trying to hurt you for something that may be lasting effects onto your life? It's not a fair response. And I'm sorry, but it isn't. So you have to hit two major factors for me to ever express anger on you. And those two factors are you have to have meant to hurt me, and it had to have been meaningful in a way I will remember it. Because the reality is that when things bad happen in my life, most of them I don't even remember the next day. Some of them I'll remember a week later. Very few of them I will remember into 3 months. And if I can't remember these things that are happening to me, then they're not meaningful. They had zero impact on my life. So why should I intentionally have an impact on your life? So by identifying anger lets you be in control of that emotion. The second thing that you need to do is understand anger is coming out of you whether you believe it or not. And if it comes out of you uncontrolled, you're going to say things and do things that are going to hurt the people in your life. And it will only hurt the people in your life, because they're the ones that are in the room at the time that anger comes out of you. They're the ones that will hear the things that you say to them, and they're the ones that will feel the things you do to them because of anger. And that's exactly what anger wants. Anger wants to strip you of people in your life, and events in your life, and hobbies and activities in your life, because the more it can steal from you, the more time you have to be able to wallow in misery and get angry at the things that have left you and the things that you no longer can do. You're always looking for a new reason to get angry in the nature of anger. But in the purpose of anger, you get to control how anger leaves you. And when you control it, you're not going to lash out at the people in your life anymore. The way I control releasing anger is I dump my emotional feelings in a physical way. I get active. And by that, I mean I start building on my health. And what it does is when I'm building on my health and I'm going to the gym and I'm working out, it allows me to physically dump this energy. And when I physically dump my emotional energy, when I get home, I no longer have the desire to want to go and fight with anyone. A, because I already released all the energy. And two, I'm so exhausted from working out. I don't have the energy to want to fight with you anyways. But the reason anger attacks the relationships in your life is because if it removes those relationships, it has a better chance at living. And you have a better chance at losing. What's really interesting though, is that when somebody's going through something hard, they normally I can handle this on my own. I'll be fine. I can take care of it. That's the worst attitude there is. You went and sought all these relationships, the people that want to actively help you and support you, and you go push them away. You are so much stronger when you go and you lean on those support networks than you are when you try and stand on your own. I promise you. So why not lean on those relationships when life gets hard? Especially when they want you to lean on them anyways. Just like if there's someone you love in your life and they're going through something, don't you want to be there for them and help them through it? Yet when you're going through something in life and your loved ones see it and they want to be there to help you through it, you push them away. Isn't that an interesting dynamic? You want to help people you love when they're hurting, but you don't want any help from the people you love when you're hurting. But when you go and dump that emotion physically, you no longer are saying and doing things that hurt the people you love. You're now holding on to them. And when you finally get through the process of healing of whatever it is in your life that's going on, you got to keep all those people that love you and that you love. You got to keep who you were with the events and the hobbies and the activities and the relationships. And you actually got to add to yourself. And that is where the purpose of anger becomes an amazing thing. Because see, when I'm dumping my physical emotions, what I found is that my mind is also processing what's happening in my life. And as it processes, I'm learning things. I'm developing tools on that occurrence. And when I develop tools on those occurrences, it allows me then to deal with it in a better way in the future when it happens again. And it tends to always happen again. And the more tools you have on dealing with life when it gets hard, well, that makes you resilient. And resiliency it's an amazing thing. It helps you to be able to get through anything in life. And that, my friends, is the purpose of anger. It's to make you stronger. And you become stronger by being resilient. You become resilient by learning what happened to build tools. And you build those tools by leaning on the people around you as you're struggling to stand. Because sometimes life becomes hard to stand. And when you do all those things in a positive way by releasing anger in a way that doesn't hurt people because you identified that you're dealing with this emotion, anger doesn't get to steal anything from you. In fact, you get to gain things from anger. That's why I'm not afraid of anger anymore. Because I realize anger gives me what I need to get through anything in life when I'm willing to use anger instead of letting anger use me. The next video to Broken Pieces will be living in anger, because there are going to be a lot of people who got caught up in the cycle of anger and they've caused harm to some of the relationships, maybe irreparable harm, but they also may not even realize that they're to this day letting anger steal things from them. So we're going to talk about living in anger before we move on to the next emotion on the healing process. Until then, I hope you have a good day. And if not, it's okay to have a bad day. Take care.